Breaking news as we come on the air here at 11 o'clock. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Doug Prophet. Just a couple of hours ago, police in Frankfort identifying the man that they've arrested in the shooting of two students on the campus of Kentucky State University this afternoon. One student has died. In jail tonight, 48-year-old Jacob Lee Bard of Evansville, Indiana. Tonight, he's charged with murder and assault. The governor and Frankfort police earlier this evening saying this shooting was not random. Kentucky State University is less than an hour away from downtown Louisville. It sits 2 miles away from the Kentucky Capitol building. Police say the two students were shot near the Whitney M. Young Jr. Residence Hall, which is on the south side of KSU's campus. WHAS 11 Night Team's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Levi Hammer have been on the scene in Frankfort for hours now. And Alex, you covered the 7 p.m. news conference and then interviewed a student. Has the campus lockdown been lifted yet?
Right, Doug. So the campus lockdown is over. All of the roads that were closed just a few hours ago are now back open to students and faculty and parents to come in and out. And right now the scene is a little bit different than it was a few hours ago. The only sounds we hear right now are the rustles of leaves and car tires coming in and out of the parking lot. But I tell you, it was a very different scene here a few hours ago.
They got an active shooter at the Young building. I think they've got him detained.
I mean, I was here in the dorms, actually. I was right here in the dorm, so we just heard it, and then everybody just rushed outside, so it was kind of just like, it was a big deal.
A shooting on Kentucky State University's campus near Whitney Young Hall.
I heard they had 2 victims.
The university confirmed 2 students were shot. Frankfort police say one of those students died at the hospital.
As a parent, I cannot imagine receiving the call I placed today.
KSU President Dr. Kafia Kakpo calling it a senseless tragedy.
Our students need prayers. Kentucky State University need prayers.
Police say the suspect, who is not a KSU student, was arrested by university police just minutes after the call for the shooting came in.
The rapid actions ensured that the situation was contained almost immediately, preventing further harm.
It was quick, but at the same time, for the people standing out here, it kind of felt like it was hours, you know, but that's in the moment. I would say that kudos to the police for getting here on time. Like, thank you. Thank them for real for being able to do their job so quick.
KSU senior Benjamin DeRoe of St. Louis was in his dorm when the shooting happened, right next door.
I feel like we need to come together as as students, as a school, and kind of address some of the underlying topics that need to be going on. Like, why was this even able to happen? Why was this even something that could have happened?
After the campus lockdown was lifted, students could be seen leaving their dorms, dragging their belongings in a wagon. One student told us she just wanted to be with her mom.
Not really just take this as, man, I can't trust Kentucky State, or I can't be here because this is stuff that's happening, but come together and see what type of change we can make to stop this from happening in the future.
Now, Doug, this campus has about 2,000 students enrolled here, and you can really feel that close-knit community here on campus. We spoke to a young girl earlier today who was taking her wagon to be picked up by her parents. So what happened today, this tragedy, is really hitting close to home for a lot of them.
Alex, you just reported the school says it has about 2,200 students enrolled on campus, and this is so close to the holidays. What's KSU's plan to handle this the rest of the week? Have they made an announcement on future classes and how they're thinking of students going forward?
Right, so this Friday actually started their winter break, but today the university, after this tragic shooting, they did come out and say that all classes, all finals, and all activities for KSU students have been canceled the rest of the week. They are asking students that they can go home if they need to, but they also say that there is counseling and services here on campus if they need it. Doug?
Alex Dieterer, thank you very much, live in Frankfort there on the campus of KSU. We are following this story overnight on WHAS11.com and the free WHAS11 Plus app, and live updates from our team right here on Good Morning Kentuckiana starting at 5 in the morning. Now, also happening tonight.
All in favor? Thank you.
Less than 2,500 of our third graders.
It's on hold, the stunning plan to close, sell, or consolidate JCPS schools. The board putting a temporary break on it at a meeting tonight with a big vote. And it comes as the school board chairman told us right here in an exclusive live interview that he too was caught off guard by the superintendent's plan to close schools. We're going to have more on what he said in just a second. But first, WHAS 11 Night Team's Jose Alonso covering the vote, which only delays a much bigger problem for JCPS to address.
Do not allow the programs in Liberty High School, like so many other stellar programs that I've seen come and go in my 48 years, be dropped from a district that needed it in 1997 and still needs it today. Thank you.
And with that, the plan is now on hold. Passion during public comment at the JCPS regular business meeting. On the agenda, a motion to pause the proposal of
the approval of school closures for Liberty Middle School and High School,
along with the closing of Zachary Taylor Elementary, consolidating King Elementary, and relocating Waller Williams Environmental School and the Georgia Chaffee Teenage Parent Program. Listening closely to the meeting is Liberty High School teacher Karen Cash.
I'm hoping to hear what the chair and vice chair said they were going to do, which is postpone the decision to close our schools.
That hope became reality.
All in favor? Thank you.
As the JCPS board voted unanimously to table the proposal for now, Superintendent Brian Yearwood says it was the public forums that pushed this action to reconsider.
We had some students that came and gave their testimonials. And, you know, we have to listen to that. We have to understand that. So it gives us a minute to pause and to really make sure that we're hearing from our parents and our community members.
If you came to the listening session on Thursday night last week, if you didn't cry, you were a robot, because they have so many moving stories to tell about how Liberty has made that much of a huge difference in their lives.
But Yearwood says they still need to find a way to curb their $188 million deficit.
Right now we're looking at where cuts can be made at central office, looking at programs that can be made, making sure that, again, we have return on our investment. So as we expend these funds, we want to be able to show that, again, growth and the expectations are there.
The proposal was tabled as the board is requesting Superintendent Yearwood to explain how students being displaced will be accommodated at their new campuses. Now, they must work fast. He has to present this plan to the board in their January budget meeting. They gave him a deadline of December 23rd to deliver that information. Reporting live in studio, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team, on your side.
Jose, thank you very much. Now to our exclusive interview. Dr. Corey Scholl, the JCPS School Board Chairman, with us right here in our studio on the air at 5 tonight. I asked him if he had been surprised by the plan. He said yes, but then explained the cuts to trim the deficit are still coming.
Everything is on the table. So a reorganization is on the table. Yes, closures and consolidations. We have to really assess how much it costs to run buildings. Well, certainly we were expecting cuts, and we did not know what those cuts would look like. And so we were not anticipating that we would receive a plan for closures and consolidations and that plan be released to the public so quickly. But the board understands that we have a new superintendent and he's learning to work with his team. And so we were able to work with him to find a resolution to this.
Scholl continuing, he says, to support the new superintendent that he helped hire. Well, we've got big news coming in the latest Kentuckiana forecast. Talk about a mix, warmer temperatures even tonight. Then here comes rain, some more snow, and then Arctic air fit for Santa Claus. Well, Chief Meteorologist Mallory Snell has been clocking the timing on all of this. We've got a lot coming in just a few days, Mallory.
Santa can have all the Arctic air that he wants, but yes, coldest air of the season arrives on Sunday. We'll be talking a little bit more about that in our 7-day forecast. Right now, temperatures aren't bad outside. In fact, they have not budged much since our afternoon highs. We are still sitting in the mid-40s in the Louisville metro area. Part of the reason for that is this wind coming in from the south-southwest, gusting around 21 miles per hour. The other part is clouds have increased after the sunshine that we saw today. You're seeing a lot of radar noise out there. This rain isn't reaching the ground just yet because we have some dry air to overcome. Wind gusts, these are expected to increase as we carry on into the overnight hours. So once again, these are coming in from the south and southwest ahead of a cold front tomorrow. So we are expecting wind gusts overnight as high as 35 to maybe 40 miles per hour at times, and expect those breezy conditions to continue into your Wednesday. As you'll notice, temperatures don't budge much overnight. We'll likely hang out in the lower 40s before warming into the mid 40s by midday tomorrow. But we do have some rain that's going to be rolling in for your Wednesday morning commute before tapering off around lunchtime. We'll talk about our rain chances, our snow chances, and yes, that Arctic air on the way. That's all coming up in our 7-day forecast. Doug.
Mallory, thank you very much. On Monday, just yesterday, U.S. Congresswoman Morgan McGarvey of Louisville announcing he is now planning to reintroduce the Justice for Breonna Taylor Act in Washington tomorrow. The bill would ban no-knock warrants nationwide. The bill is named after Breonna Taylor, the woman who was shot and killed by an LMPD during a botched raid on March 13, 2020. The bill was first introduced in 2024 by Morgan McGarvey and Republican Senator Rand Paul, but the bill failed in committee. McGarvey says the bill is essential to keeping people safe. Breonna Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, will be there in Washington tomorrow. The Public Works Committee of the Louisville Metro Council passing a motion today to accept $750,000 from the Kentucky Cabinet of Transportation to fund a Plantside Drive extension project in Jeffersontown.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Sorry.
The Bluegrass Industrial Park in J-Town was built in the 1960s, where around 50,000 people work in the area daily. According to some workers, roads and infrastructure have not been kept up the proper way. The extension project is said to extend from the north side of Plantside Drive off Bluegrass Parkway west to the railroad tracks off Carton Drive. In October, that same stretch of road, as you were looking at from our drone, collapsed during a day of intense rain and tornadoes and was fixed abruptly afterwards. The final days for the project are still being drafted as the motion to approve funding passed earlier this evening. Happening tonight and brand new on the night team, President Donald Trump takes a road trip tonight to talk about the economy and the prices you were paying. More on what he said about affordability at a casino in Pennsylvania. That speech at 7 o'clock tonight.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $60 million. Powerball, $930 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.